What's going on, guys? Here's another video for you. This is a new one for me. This is a collection update video. I buy albums pretty regularly, so I figured I could just kind of, make this a series. I've bought a lot of albums this year so far, and I'll go through a few of them in this video and the ones to come afterwards. So yeah, anyway, without further ado, right off the bat, we'll get into some of them. Five this time. First one is from, I think these guys are from Austria, I could be wrong, Germany maybe. This is Speck with their first album, Unkraut. This is the artwork is so odd on this. Like, looks like something from Mario or something. It's pretty cool. It comes with a poster. I think it's just the front artwork. Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty odd. So yeah, these guys are a three-piece instrumental krautrock, space rock, psychedelic rock band. Like I said, from Germany. They just started recently. Yeah, it's instrumental. I feel like they formed kind of on a whim. I could have sworn I read something about the fact that, like, them becoming a band wasn't, like kind of organic. Like, they kind of, they filled in for someone on a tour or a show or something. And they subsequently formed, Speck. And yeah, for those of you who like instrumental psych rock, krautrock, with lots of really good leads and lots of awesome guitar effects, really infectious grooves, you're gonna love this. This is their first album. Like I said, they have I think it's a collaboration, I think it's 1 or 2 song EP after this, which I don't have, and then they have their second album, which came out last year, which I also have. This is a fucking fantastic band. I like everything these guys have done, and they just released a 4-way split that came out on Weird Beard, along with other record labels. It was a split with Verstarker, who's on Fuzz Club, who they're great, and that band Combinet Robotron or something like that, and then there's one other band on there which I didn't really like too much, but yeah, that split's awesome. Everything these guys have done is amazing. There's a really cool live video of them on Freak Valley Festival. Let's see, I think this is, yeah, green vinyl, pretty cool. It's a really good album. I'm very happy to have gotten this. I had to pay extra because it's like, shipping prices nowadays for overseas. I got this off their Bandcamp. I'm pretty sure they still have copies. Very good album. Definitely check this out if you're into the krautrock, space rock thing. So anyway, next on the list here, we have Sunset Images from Mexico. This is their first full-length album. Again, more psych rock, but this time it's more in the vein of like A Place to Bury Strangers. It's definitely a lot darker than Speck. But they do have similar influences. The bass lines are like infectious as hell. There's even some like lightning bolt influences on here from the drumming perspective. But yeah, every song on here is amazing. This album's so fucking good. They have like 2 EPs besides this, which I don't have. They're pretty good. They're releasing a 10-inch this year, which I really want to pre-order. I hope they come to the States sometime because, yeah, these guys are really good. And they take a lot of influence, like I said, from A Place to Bury Strangers. So this comes with inlay, which is pretty cool. Some like red thing going on. And I think this is a red vinyl. It could be mistaken. Yeah, no, it's a red vinyl. Or, yeah, I don't know. Blotched vinyl, whatever you want to call it. I'm pretty sure they still have copies on their Bandcamp. Definitely check these guys out if you haven't already. Again, this is more psych rock, very very droney, very groove laden, but it's like definitely dark, and I love the vocals as well. He puts a lot of effects on the vocals, and yeah, just fantastic album. One of the best newer bands out there. Can't wait for their new 10-inch. Yeah, so after that, I went to a record store a couple months ago, and they had this for super cheap, so I had to get this. This is White Hills' first album. I think it's just, Glitter, Glamour, Atrocity. Yeah. This is a classic. There's so many good songs on here. Under Skinner by Name, Spirit of Exile, the title track. There's a couple filler tracks on here, but that's White Hills. I mean, White Hills is one of those bands where it's like when they're good, they're like really, really fucking good. But they also have like a lot of filler in their discography, unfortunately. But this is a very good first release. Yeah, just a lot of. I love the effects on the vocals. I love the songwriting, like when they're actually writing songs, because they do a lot of the maybe not a lot as compared to like their other releases, but they do a lot of like the ambient psychedelia kind of stuff, which, you know, it's fine, whatever, if it works for you. It's not really my thing, but the songs themselves on here are amazing. These guys have a lot of good albums. I'm gonna do a my White Hills collection at some point when I actually get to sit down and like listen to all these albums. I don't have like a ton, but I feel like there's a couple in their discography worth mentioning that are like really impossible to find. Like the album A Little Bliss Forever. That album's so good. It's a 2-song album, but it's really hard to find now. So yeah, they're one of those psych rock bands with like a huge discography, but yeah, they definitely have some gems, and this is one of them. I found this for like $15 at a record store. I was like, hell yeah, dude, definitely buying this. Great stuff. So then after that, I know I mentioned these guys in the last video I made. I didn't want to disparage their name too much, just to show that I really like a lot, most of their early stuff. This is Chicos de Nazca. I think this is their, I want to say, second album. This is called Fire Ride. Very interesting album. Interesting in the sense that it's very, very, I don't want to say monotonous. It's monotonous, but not in a bad way. Like, yeah, this came out on Hozak Records, which actually put out one of Verma's 7-inches way back in the day. I got this off Discogs a couple months ago because I love this album. But yeah, the pacing of it is very monotonous because I feel like the beats per minute in the songs and like the metronome timing is like the same in every song, and the drum beat is also kind of the same. But it works for them. There's lots of hooks. It's super catchy. It's just great, like, as some people put it, like freak out psych rock music. I don't really know what that means, but it seems to, for whatever reason, fit their style. Super catchy, lots of great leads. Just a very, very, very solid psych rock album. They have a lot of other good albums too, the names of which are escaping me at this time, but I like everything up until like maybe like 2015, something like that. They started going a little too soft for me, which is fine, like whatever, you know. But yeah, there's some really good songs on here. Fire Inside, Depth of the Ocean, Take Me Into Your Trance. All these songs I really love, so I'm really glad to have this in my collection. Definitely plan to get a couple more from them. And then the final one here, this is, I got this early on in the year. I actually got this from Hell's Headbangers, if you could believe it. This is Lord of Doubts. This is a early side project from the guys from Kamny, the Russian band, the Russian stoner psych doom band. And this is, just, I mean, I'll just be honest, it's straight up Electric Wizard worship. I mean, it's probably why this band never took off. They have this, an EP, and like one other album, and they just kind of disbanded. But for what it is, and, you know, knowing that it's complete Electric Wizard worship, it's really good. I like it. They add that like kind of Russian flair to it, that Kamny kind of flair. There's a lot of really cool psych leads. The vocals have that classic like Electric Wizard, like fuck you attitude, which is awesome. But yeah, I mean, some of the songs are a little generic. Temple of the Riff is definitely generic. Heavier Than the Universe is definitely generic. But Satan's Magic Smoke, Take Me There, Endless Slumber, Electric World, great stuff. I mean, for what it is, it's really, really awesome. It was fairly cheap. I feel like Hell's Headbangers was probably just trying to get rid of this. Not to like disparage this album, but I mean, it is for like you gotta kind of want to hear Electric Wizard worship music to enjoy it, which Electric Wizard's one of my favorite bands ever, so it's not a problem for me. And it also comes with a poster, which is really cool. Yeah, I'll hang this up at some point. Yeah, very good album. I actually never listened to their last album. It got pretty bad reviews, so I wasn't really expecting too much. But yeah, for what this is, like I said, it's very good. If you like Camney, definitely check this out. If you like any of that older, like, you know, Stonehelm, Blogspot, torrenting kind of doom back in the day, you're gonna love this. Great stuff. And yeah, so that's 5 albums that I've purchased recently that have landed in my collection. And yeah, so I'll make this a series. I'll start doing this every week because I do have a lot of albums that, since I created this YouTube channel, have like entered my collection now. So it's good to you know, update people on new music that they might have not heard otherwise. As far as like individual album reviews, I'm thinking about it, but I also kind of like making like themed videos more so than individual albums. I guess maybe I'll do that with like really rare bands, but for now, yeah, I think I like the formula I have going. But yeah, so anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next video, and I'll see you later.